So, hello everyone, me Onodas here, welcome to my review of Yowamushi episode 16. A really good episode. I've seen a lot of these good episodes that I watched these last days. This was an amazing episode. Such a big episode though. There was no cycling, no fighting, just like character interaction. So both drama, comedy, everything was on point. Except Issa being a loser as always. Except me wanting that Issa would finally get replaced by Koga or someone else. But like, okay, that clearly didn't happen. So anyway, a lot happened in the episode. So I have to break it down, per character, I feel like. So let's start with Issa then. Let's start with Issa. He's a big, him and Doubashi's interaction, right? That is the meat of the episode. If you look back in this episode from 1 year from now, this is what you remember, right? Maybe Tachibana's Udon thing, perhaps, but this would be probably what you really like. Okay, maybe Yowamushi, Naruko, so a lot of meat, so to speak. But this still, though, clearly, half the episode is about Doubashi versus Issa, right? So first and foremost, what does this tell us? Well, it's clear that, I read the manga, so I'm complete anime watcher, but it's clear to me that they're gonna sprint battle, right? So Issa is a sprinter, Doubashi is the fastest man alive, says. Obviously, they're gonna battle, probably in the first race, probably next episode, right? Or maybe 2 episodes from now, but they are definitely gonna battle out who's gonna be the first sprinter, right? Because they have the sprinter and they have the climb battle, right? So you wanna get either the highest mountain top first, or some kind of flat, the fight is flat, and then you get a new, color for your digit, right? And they're gonna battle about that because Naro is the sprinter anymore, commented later. So clearly Issa is gonna battle Doubashi. This is very clear. They have this animosity now. They are enemies. They have new rivalry. They're gonna be enemies for the rest of the life probably. They're all best friends. I was like, oh shit, that's like, they're probably gonna be best friends after Inter-High. It's like, yeah, they're probably gonna be defeat means friendship for either direction. Probably if Issa wins, him and Doubashi becomes best friends. They're much like, I respect that guy now. That's probably gonna happen. But anyway, the actual interaction though, I really liked that Issa, of course, backlogging when it's all like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have joined the team. That was horrible. But if you, so many reasons, but if you just go from that interesting part though, I liked it because it's like, okay, first it was comedy, and he's like, oh, open the door, it's good shit, and it's like, okay, and then he sounds like, I'm gonna kick your ass. Wait, can we do it after I go to the bathroom? And that was great. It was like, you can beat me up after. And he goes in, he goes out instead, looked at him. Stands there waiting for like 10 minutes, like, okay, yeah. It's like very determined to get his revenge there. Then they get out, of course, and they're all like, up in your business. That's a really good scene though, but like he grabbed him, he's like, he grabbed me as fast as I grabbed him. This guy is super fast even though he's so big. And he's like, he didn't back down even though I grabbed him. This guy's determination. And like that was great how they started respecting each other, right? Back and forth there, their moves. And they're both hot heads out, they're both saving the personalities. So that was great. However though, then we hold on Issa apart from I like Doubashi. Doubashi I like more than what's to him. And this was really good. He was like, well, maybe your life is meaningless. You thought about that? So you're in the wrong school, They're just pretending to be, there is luck, a fluke. And Issa, because I hate Issa, and he has this ridiculous nervous problem. He's like, maybe it's true! And suddenly he's left them, and they're like, yeah, I got his mind. I was like, yeah. So that from Doubashi's standpoint, that was great. That his character definitely is better character size, and I feel I like his character more. But Issa obviously, I was like, what the hell? Jesus Christ, man. Can you stop doubting his senpai all the time? So again, it's all about why I did another review, right? Was it 2-3 weeks ago when I spent like 10-15 minutes just ranting about Issa. I'm trying not to do it this week, but basically his personality makes no sense to me. He's overconfident all the time, but still he's super nervous. That makes no sense. Either you're overconfident because you have no understanding of what you're doing, then you just have enormous amount of confidence anyway, like this called Dunning-Kruger, and then you aren't really nervous because you believe so much in yourself, right? Regardless of what's happening. Kind of usually like willpower, right, in many anime and so on. So then if you look at One Piece, Luffy is very strong, but especially strong because his hack, his willpower, he's so like, oh, I can beat God, and he try to punch God, right, and it works because he believes in it, kind of, right, and that's kind of how Issa as a character is somewhat portrayed every half scene. In the other half scene, he's like the most nervous guy, like, oh, Moogie, it's impossible, I can't do anything, and that makes no sense. Either you would be, one of them, or you be a guy that has somewhat confident, but you actually are nervous and you're faking confidence. But he's so extremely like over the top confident in some scenes, so it makes no sense that he would be. That's kind of my suppression. And this scene again just enforced that his character is just such a rare case of mentality that is his personality is almost impossible to find in real life. You can find people that are faking confidence. You can't find people that are extremely hot-headed, extremely convicted, extremely determined, and they also are nervous. Those people don't really exist. Those people are super, super rare because either you are like, Doubashi, he's like, yeah, I'm the best, I'm the first of my life. I like him, right? And that's your personality. And Issa, he seems to be like him. So I'm guessing it's supposed to be that he's faking it. But it's too much, right? He has too much confidence when he's faking it, and it doesn't make any sense to me. And the whole thing there, when he's so easily defeated by him, though. So he has this like, extremely high to extremely low right in his confidence. Like, this is very, whatever, you can scale, you have it left to right, up or down. This is going like this right. He has no like medium level to it. Or it's no like, okay, maybe I'm confident, maybe I lose one match, I load up the low, it's like that, bam, like, and it's just kind of weird. Doesn't make much sense to me, so I don't like it. But somewhat I have to say the episode is really good anyway, because while I really dislike Issa's personality, I like how he didn't mature, didn't actually character the ground, he's saying the same useless character, but it's consistent though. So I can't say this episode, but episode is great because Doubashi being able to so easily mindfuck him, that is actually correct if you follow his personality. He has a horrible personality. He's the worst personality in the whole anime. Absolutely, he has a horrible personality. Really, really mentally weak, and that makes sense then that Doubashi can, trick him so easily, right? But also it makes sense that it's. But let's say again that Issa that from the beginning makes no sense, and that's the big problem. Like his base characterization doesn't really make sense. It's like an oxymoron. You can't be both of these. Either one of them. You can't be both. To me at least, I don't believe in that. I don't know psychology in my life. I do a lot of sports in my life, a lot of competition, and I've never met anyone as easy in my life. It doesn't exist. It's an oxymoron. Of course, it's an anime, so everything is polarized and into the extreme, right? And that's why it's a problem because it's too extremely both top and down at the same time, and it's just weird. It's just such a weird case. Anyway, that is the part though. Great part in the whole anime itself though, but I mean the premise of Issa itself doesn't make any sense, so that's a problem with it. I love this whole part, but at the same time I really hate Issa as a character. And the problem with that is that he's supposed to be one of the characters you like, because he's the main character, he's in the good team, you dislike him. Like I like Doubashi more. Like I wanna replace Issa with Sugimoto, with Koga. I wanna Doubashi, get me someone else. It's like, get this guy out of here. And then it's there at the podium, and it's like, this is our sixth right. Like, no, no, he's confirmed to be in the team. It's like, no, I hated that. But at least it's a consistent. So, and episode itself is good, but I don't like the general premise, right, of the whole story, I have to say. So that is a part, the Doubashi part. Doubashi is great though. Actually, yeah, you can imagine some more Doubashi part, of course. Doubashi keeps being like training. It's like, yeah, I'm the most muscular guy, I've trained the most. He's a very confident guy, He's like Issa should be, right? Pretty much. And that's a good character so far. But those two guys, but a lot of parts in this episode. So there we have, we have the 6th member of corner. He still had no story. He's waiting in the bus. They even commented and say, oh, where are the 5 guys? And he's in the bus, not pretending to be asleep. It's like, it's starting. It's like, yeah. So that guy's probably some trickery guy. I think he's a very intelligent guy. I think he's like, this kind of guy that's very analytic, always in the back, analyzing stuff. I feel he's going to be a very intelligent character. I have no idea. I don't know what his name is, but I feel that he's probably very intelligent. So they portray him as this analytic, a calm character, waiting, less on purpose to analyze other guys, his teammates and opponents as well. It's going to be interesting to see how he's going to combat our heroes, right? Which probably will happen after the Doubashi does. Maybe 3-4 episodes from now, or maybe in the second part. We're going to have 3 race part, right? So maybe in the second race. It probably won't be as big. The Doubashi is obviously going to be the main antagonist to be in this next coming, the first race. I think Doubashi is going to be the main guy, right? They have the beat. And so that will be his then. And then we have, also in the beginning episode, they have the Onodas and Tachibana part. And I love the part, because it's so sundere. I just love it. She's like, the tennis club, we didn't get into the inter-high, so we kind of here. I mean, I could be with you guys anyway. And then Tachibana is like, yeah, but you have to work for it, woman. And she's like, yeah, okay. Don't be just strict, Senpai. It's like, but that's so good, but she's like, so you finally learned my name, that's good. It's like, yeah, sorry. And I was like, yeah, you just kind of scared me, right? Because I was afraid of everyone. And she scares Onodas, right? And she's like, it would be good if it's good if you win. I don't want you to lose. That's kind of like a typical tsundere. You know, and he's like, oh, okay. And of course, your friend Miki is like, yeah, you told him you like him, but don't say that. He's gonna be confused about that. And he's like, oh, she likes me. He's like, no, say. And then of course, they leave the bus and instead look at each other like, oh, didn't you win? Because they're interview things there. And he's like, yeah. It's like, yeah, that's cool. Did you watch last year? She's like, no, I didn't have time. Obviously, did watch last year, right? And she don't admit it, probably. She's like, no, I didn't watch last year because I didn't have time. Bicycling, you know. So I love that part. It's like, she doesn't admit that she watched last year. Just don't admit that she likes him. And it's all like, I mean, it's good if you win, I guess. It's like, yeah. If you lose, I would be sad, I guess. I love that. Love the whole stitch there. Classic Sundra. Really, really good. Just a few minutes of really good laughter. It's a great interaction part, and it feels like I'm guessing she likes Onodas for real, because looking back to episode, what's it, 2, 3, first season, the beginning of the whole anime, not this season, but the last, the older anime, the first, not the next generation. Because she is like, oh, he can never win, he's a loser, he can never, you know, she's super hard on Onodas, oh, some anime nerd, oh, he can do shit, otaku, he has no chance on this race. You know, and Mika is like, oh, but he might be good, and all goes so like, he's like cool, and then they all hate him. He's a loser, and she's like, but she's harder than him. Because she's not a random fan. She's more like, he's a nerd. He can't do shit, and she's super hard on him. And then she always wins. He's like, maybe he got some guts after all. Yeah, she obviously she's like, yeah, with all the girls for of course like, oh, he's so cool, he's the best. And she's more like, you know, she's a real, you know, pragmatic person. He's like, he has a potential, that boy, that lad. Yeah, so obviously she kind of likes him down. I think it's very obvious. So he probably does like him, you know, so to speak, for real, right? Which I think is really cool here. So that quick interaction part, they really showed that. I think I kind of predicted that. I kind of felt that since season 1, I have to say though. But it felt for me now at least, this episode definitely for me confirmed that she likes Onoda, you know, on a romantic level, right? So it's a great, interesting part of this episode. A lot of important episode, and then we also have the Naruko and the Michio's part. This episode, a lot of stuff, long review here. The Michio's part was really good, but I waited for that since episode 6. This is a 10 episodes, so 10 weeks ago. I was like, oh shit, is Naruko gonna stop being a sprinter? This is huge. And I said last week in my review, I was like, okay, I predicted he's gonna be the ace now. That he beat Issa. It should be the ace. That's a prediction, right? And he get the ace. He became the sport ace there. So I'm a little down about because he did win the training camp. So he could have been the ace, in my opinion. He could have been the actual ace, not just supportive ace. But he is his supportive ace. It's all rounder. It's not he's a climber and sprinter and everything. It's everything now because Aogi and Issa is feeling sprinter. And Mitsu's like, what? You're all rounder now. That's perfect for my new evil plan. So I love that part. It's finally confirmed. It's gonna be an ace guy. So that's good to see in the whole interaction. It was really weird though, because they draw Mr. Yoshi as a kind of gigantic beast, and just like twice his size. So I was like, okay, this was really weird. I was like, okay, but it ends perfectly, and everyone's like, wow. I think it's that guy's not afraid of Mr. Yoshi's presence. He's a monster too. And then he leaves the door. It's like, by the way, I'm an ace now. I was like, oh yeah, he said it. That was great. That part was really, really good. But it feels like Mr. Yoshi's gonna abuse it somehow, right? Definitely. And of course, we'll see that Mr. isn't the actual captain, I think, because he's not the third year. But all the third year are his slaves, pretty much. They're like, oh yes, boss. So he's not. So he's the de facto captain, of course, as we all know. Classic Mr. Yoshi. Also good in part here. Kind of quick though, kind of weird, but it ended on a really, really high note. Both on Naruko's part. Finally confirmed that he's on a sprinter anymore, so we're interested to see if that's gonna affect him or not. You know, maybe he's gonna try to take one of the sprinter bandage anyway. You can call it there, maybe. Maybe it's gonna be like, oh Issa, I can be Doubashi for you. Maybe it doesn't happen. Maybe he's more of a team player. We will see. It's very interesting. Michio's probably gonna try to abuse somehow, right? Try to provoke him to do a sprint every now and then and so on. It's gonna be very interesting to see. You'll see he can climb good and so on. So I think Naruko's gonna be of the older characters. Of the three, classic teammates, he seems him being better on some of stuff. Because Onoda and Issa, they're probably do the same thing, right? So, and of course, Tashima's going to be Tashima's going to be a planner, the strategic captain, right? He might be Kinyo was more like the perfect trained guy, super confident, right? But Tashima is more like he has some problems. ulterior plans, right? So you're gonna see how that's gonna turn out. And Yoga, I think, is probably going to be a sprinter. Yoga is interesting. He could be a good part as well. So I'm gonna see if he can develop into it. I think Issa's gonna burn us out probably in this better with Doubashi. But anyway, yeah. So a lot of stuff happening there. A lot of things you can do there. And then episode has so much content. You also had the whole Naruko part with the press, which I liked. When they leave in there and no one cares about it, like Hakone's gonna be bus now, so then Hakone gets on the camera and Naruko's like, I'm the flashy guy, look at me, I'm flashy, I'm entertaining, and you're like, no. He's ignoring. One guy is like, one photo and leaves, and he's like, well, but I won. That was great. And then of course when they're up on stage and talking to Onodas, Naruko's like, talk to me is that I have cool stuff to say. He tries to get attention. And of course Issa is like, all your fans are men. That's interesting. I have girlfriends. He's like, shut up! I'm cool. I'm also entertaining. I'm popular. Oh god, I love Naruko. He's my favorite character in the Zooko team. Absolutely, always been. He's a great character. And he was on point the whole episode. Everything about the drama to all the comedy slits. So yeah, really good episode. I think this is for me a 10/10 episode. Even though it's like even though it's a complete build episode, it's such a good episode. The only part I hate is of course the Issa part. But as I say, I hate Issa as a character. I don't like the premise of it. I don't like the main story. I don't like the whole stitch, right? But this episode I can't really fault because the episode itself is consistent to how he's been acting all the time. So it's on the episode alone in a vacuum. So this episode is an amazing 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 episode, probably 9 out of 5, something like that. But as a whole story, it's bad, and I didn't like the whole part there. So it's a little conflicting to say it's good enough. But I think the episode itself is good, but not the actual story. But yeah, overall, I maybe forgot to have so much stuff. But yeah, very good episode. I'm very excited about next week, and I think I'm gonna end up giving it like 9.5 out of 10. That's good. I felt it was. To me, this is actually probably. If it didn't have Issa, it should be the best episode. But I think this is like maybe the second best episode this is so far. Yeah, very good episode. So anyway, see you guys next week and have a great day.